All right, welcome back. So what you'd probably want to do on this is think about get my pen tool up here. How many first of all, how many rows there are? So one, two, three, right? So you got three rows of, and just count them up. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Three rows of, remember this multiplication is rows of eight. So that would be 24 as a basic fact. So dots. You could have, if that was a little, like you can't remember your math facts as much, you could have just divided this right down the center here a little bit and divided it into two different ones. You could have said one, okay, we still have our three rows. This is three rows of four. We're going to put those in parentheses because we're doing this chunk first. This is another three rows of four. And you're just going to add them together. So again, 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 12 equals 24. So you could have written this out as 3 times 4 plus 3 times 4 equals, and we could have even used just like a symbol here for our unknown of maybe D for dots. And then you'd say, this is 12, do your parentheses first, plus 12 equals D, and 24 equals D. Could have also written this 3 times 4 times 2, right? Do it that way. So this is just a little review from third grade. You did this actually before we left for COVID. So, but I just wanted to touch base a little bit about rows and how that relates to multiplication. This one even here, you could even divide it up into four segments if you don't, if your multiplication wasn't all that strong still. All right. So another thing I remember is that you guys played this game early in the year called loops and groups. Okay, so you could also say for that multiplication that the multiplication could be groups of. So if these circles here, like her lassoing here, this is a good, I think this is from your game here. It was called loops and groups. So you loop them into groups and you say, okay, I got three groups and then there's five in each. So again, that would have been three groups. So three groups of, so that, and that multiplication, 5, 15 stars. Now, again, I remember that one when I taught third grade. You did that right in the beginning of the year with loops and groups. So now we're going to be getting into a little bit of a story problem where you can use some of these strategies from third grade. And we're going to be talking about school supplies since we just brought in a bunch of them. So here's your problem. So you have Miss Carter teaches fourth grade. So here she is right here. And every fall, okay, in the beginning of school, they have to bring in school supplies, just like you did. They bring in pencils, markers, crayons, glue sticks, folders, all this stuff, and tissues, just like you did. So that's a lot of them. And so a lot of school supplies, just like we did, and we put a lot of them right into the bins of certain things, and most of it you just put right into your little bins. Um, so they have over this class, she has 30 kids, over 30 kids. So let's just pretend 30 kids in a class. It's a nice number to work with, 30. So that means more than 30 boxes of pencils and crayons. She had a lot of supplies in that class, right? Ever bring in 5 folders, so that's 30 sets of 5 folders. Okay, so it's 30 kids, each one bringing in 5. That's That's a lot of supplies. So what she's going to do is or count them to make sure it's all right. Eh, most teachers wouldn't count them, but this teacher's going to. So we talk about this, and this is again from third grade. Kind of giving it a 3 point shot. Like give it all you got. You can do just so looking at different ways of modeling it. So if you have some numbers here and you got a pictures, two couple different pictures, maybe you do two or three of these, and you kind of write it out. You can really give it a 3 point shot. You got some pictures, words, and numbers. This is something that we even taught a long time ago too: pictures, words, and numbers. But these are models that give you good pictures. You could do like the ratio table. Some people call it T-chart. You got the rays. You got open area, and those number lines, which you work so heavily in third grade on. Just a little repeat. All right, so here's the first problem we're going to do, and then I'm going to have you solve it, and we'll go over it. In class, we would do this, we're going to just do it all together. So that's, again, part of our goal. We kind of did a little bit of setting the mindset for math. That was one of our goals. Check, did it. Then we reviewed a little bit of multiplication from third grade, and now we're going to do some practicing all together. You're going to do it at home with this video, but then I will kind of show some of the answers and kind of some of my thinking. So I'm going to read this to you, okay? And then you're going to try to figure it out. You can do it on a whiteboard marker. You can even take if you take a selfie or just type in what you did, that's fine. You can do it, that way you can do it right on the slide, or some people have taken like a piece of paper and showed me and took a picture of it so they didn't have to write it all out. That's fine too. All right. So the students in Miss Carter's class brought their school supplies. They brought in paper and pencil, all that stuff we just talked about. We're going to help them figure out how much they have. For each problem, show your thinking with numbers, sketches, or words. So we used to call this numbers, pictures, and words, but sketches are kind of like give you that different way of doing models. So here we go. There are 32 students in Mrs. Carter's class. So let's pretend now that we don't have the 30, we have 32. So each student brings in 2 glue sticks. How many glue sticks is that in all? And you can solve it in different ways. And if you're not really strong in your multiplication, you can do a repeated addition is fine at this point, but soon we're going to be using mostly a multiplication. So I'm going to stop the video right here so you can work on it. Again, 32 students, 2 glue sticks. Whatever way you want to do it. If you want to do it, like a teach, again, I'm going to go back to this. You could do a number line, 30, 32 times, whatever you want to do. You could do a ratio table, open model array. You can even do repeated addition at this time. So I'm going to stop right here, and then I'll come back with, I want you to show your work somehow. You can even type it in how you did, and then I'll come in on the video at the end and kind of explain it.